But for some reason, you don't have the fucking intelligence to just get the fuck over it. To get the fuck over me. I mean, I've tried ending this little bullshit fest with you 4 times. And every time I've tried to end this little shit with you, you've always found another way to wriggle back into it. I mean, you're kind of like a fucking cockroach. No matter how many times I try to crush you and sweep you into the garbage bin, you find a way to get your exoskeleton back in order, just so you can crawl back out of the trash bin and try to get right back into my lunch. That's basically the best metaphor for you, really, is a fucking cockroach. I mean, because you're a disgusting insect-looking parasite who has nothing better to do with his time than try to fuck other people's lives up. I mean, seriously, you do all this little fucking passive-aggressive shit, which isn't that bad, which frankly I could care less about. And when that doesn't work, you resort to doing some really creepy stalker-esque bullshit in an attempt to justify yourself. And if someone gets pissed off because of that, you pretty much proclaim, victory! Well, yeah, it's good to see other people have such small motivations in their life that it makes it a whole lot fucking easier for you to just attack someone or shit on someone or bullshit your way through a problem. All I have to say is, and this video has gone on for way too fucking long, but my last statement is the fact that you seriously gotta wonder how alone someone really is, that they have to go to such a length to fuck someone else's life up. Like, seriously, how shitty is your own life that you gotta try to make someone else's life just as bad, if not worse? Like, seriously, like, how bad is your life that you seem to think that everyone else needs to go down but you, so that you can lift yourself up? I mean, usually that's like the trait of a textbook sociopath. Is someone who enjoys seeing other people in pain, someone who has no reaction to someone else being in pain, in terms of, like, people they don't know, they don't care. Like, you seem to lack empathy, you seem to lack the ability to understand that certain things that you've done are clearly reprehensible, clearly fucked up, where I understand that certain things I've done have been fucking stupid and wrong. And all the while, everything you've really done in between has just been one giant gratuitous excuse after another. Like, you can threaten me, you can dox me, you can do all this shit to me, but you're not gonna make me respect you. Like, you're not gonna make me look at you as though you're someone who really deserves to be feared. I don't really fear you. I don't fear what you yourself are gonna do as a person. I'm more worried about the people that follow you, who don't think about anything you say, and who seem to just mindlessly follow you like fucking drones. Like, I'm more worried about what those crazy fuckers are gonna do. Because you yourself, you can't guarantee anyone's safety. You can't guarantee the safety of someone that you have talked shit about. You can't guarantee the safety of their relatives or loved ones. And yet, for some reason, you seem to think that that's completely okay. Like, the chance, despite the chance being minute, is there that someone could get fucking hurt or worse because of something that you say. I mean, hell, it almost fucking happened once already. And some of the people who are no longer friends of yours, who I've heard of and talked with a while ago, who I didn't talk with on air, who I didn't make a video about talking with this person, they pretty much said that they're actually kind of scared of you. And the reason they said they're scared of you is because they're afraid that if they were to come forward, you'd fuck their life up. Or that you'd try to fuck them over if they said something that might make you a little bit upset. Or might make you raise your eyebrow in confusion and a little bit of betrayal. I mean, seriously, the fact that you do all these things, the fact that you constantly try to downplay everything, and you knowingly do this for no other reason other than the fact that you need to excuse it, you need to justify it any way that you can. You're so fucking self-deluded that you gotta constantly cook up these little justifications. And you gotta try to make sure that the person that is saying the shit on your behalf is like a martyr if they get blocked. Well, you see, this person blocked him because he was threatening him. We gotta do it more. We gotta issue more threats. We gotta try to issue more threats of rape. We gotta try to issue more threats of murder. We gotta issue more threats of killing this person's family or fucking bodily harm. We gotta issue more threats towards this person's work environment and their ability to support themselves. Why? Because he made me butthole tickled on YouTube. Like, I can't keep it on YouTube. It has to be in his personal life. Because you live on YouTube, okay? Just fucking admit it, dude. The internet is your whole life. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have taken it so seriously. Like, you couldn't have taken anything I said so seriously if it wasn't for the fact that it threatened you being able to fuck with people. And that's what sociopaths fear. They threaten someone being able to question their power. They fear people being able to question their ego trip. They fear people being able to see through the bullshit and call the things that they do into question. Because they fear that if other people look at it, they'll become aware of it and they will stop supporting you as well. And you seem to not understand that certain things happen for certain reasons. The reason I responded to what you did in regards to my girlfriend's emotional breakdown, it wasn't because of the fact that you did it to me. It's because of the fact that you betrayed your own ideology of being a so-called feminist by taking advantage of a girl and exploiting her as a prop when you yourself are supposed to be against any sort of female exploitation. Hypocrite. And you did this, you basically used her. You used her to get to me. You used her and took advantage of her emotional problems to get to me. And I don't care who the fuck you are, or where the fuck you're from, or what bullshit reason you have to do so. That is never okay. That is never alright. Like, I know for a fact that if you had a fight with Heather, or if Heather was emotionally distraught, and if she had uploaded like a video of herself freaking the fuck out, because she wanted to be able to show a therapist so that she could get help with the proper doses of medication. Like, I know for a fact that if someone like myself, since you hate me so fucking much, took advantage of that, you would use that and you would try to fuck me over 6 ways from Sunday because of that. Like, you wouldn't care about whether or not it was a minute or 10 minutes or an hour. You would not care. The fact that I did it once would be more than enough justification for you. But for some reason, if I do it, like if you do it, it's okay. But if I were to do it, it would be a fucking crime against humanity. And the thing is, you don't seem to understand that what you do is wrong. Either that or you just don't care. And it kind of really frightens me just a tiny bit that someone like you can just skate through these moral boundaries. And you can just like weave your way through it. You'll just bob and weave through all these little loopholes and all these little bullshit excuses. And you do this not because you want to help anyone. You don't do this to expose people. You do this to fuck other people over because it gives you an ego boost. Don't bullshit people and pretend that you're trying to expose someone for being the most terrible human being alive. Because quite frankly, it's all bullshit. I mean, everything you've ever fucking said, everything you've ever fucking done on your little channel has been nothing more but a gratuitous excuse to fuck other people over. It's always been about the fucking ego trip. It's always been about you seeking power. Because you don't have it. You don't have the power to take responsibility for your own life choices in your personal life outside of the fucking internet, so you gotta use the internet as an excuse. You go on the internet to basically wave your digital dick around and trying to swing it around and acting like you're so big and tough. You're just some random asshole who decided that if he could make a channel and then make a whole, I guess you can say, make a career out of acting like a completely cynical, misanthropic fuck who hates everyone else around him and seems to have people who hate everyone else around him just as much as he does. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you got like a whole little pod of crazy fucking people living in an echo chamber where no one's allowed to have a difference in opinion. And you don't seem to realize that. I don't know if you just choose to not recognize it, or if you simply know that it's there. I don't know if you know that it's there, or if you simply just ignore it. It's either you know that it's there, or you ignore it, or you somehow are unaware of it. Like, you're so deluded in your justification for doing so. You're so deluded in your white knighting, holier-than-thou quest to make other people look like the asshole, that you yourself do not see wrongdoing in your own actions. And you excuse your own actions with whatever bullshit happens to suit it best. And quite frankly, it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It's not funny to anyone. Nobody finds this shit amusing. Like, I've showed your videos to people I know and people who I'm acquainted with, and their overwhelming consensus is, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, I've shown screenshots and shit of people that follow you and you yourself, things that you have said, and the thing is, they said either A, they think you're an idiot, B, they think you're a fucking crazy person, or C, the latter. Like, even people like Phone with Logic had standards. Like, the real Phone with Logic tried to troll me, but he and I talked for like a few minutes, and he apologized and that was it. Like, I never heard from the guy again in a negative way since then. Like, even people like Phone with Logic have standards and integrity, and for some reason you don't. How sad does that make you feel, that someone like Phone with Logic is a better human being than you? That has to sting, doesn't it? That has to really burrow deep down into your center, knowing the fact that you will never be anything more but the guy who's on cloud nine. Your whole existence is inside that tightly wrapped little ball that you call YouTube. And you're so devoted to your self-preservation on YouTube, to covering up the shit that you do on YouTube, that you just believe that anything you do to cover it up is justified. And it is disgusting. I mean, it's fucking sickening to me. It makes me sick to my fucking stomach, knowing that people like you develop a fucking following. Like, I know a lot of people talk about Onision, well, you're just fucking like him. You're just like him. Like, a lot of the same behaviors that he exhibits is the same shit that I see you displaying. The only difference is you don't have as big of an audience, and your audience is probably guys instead of teenage girls. But other than that, other than those two differences, you're basically the same fucking person. I mean, you're both duplicitous liars, you both cover up evidence of shit that you've done in the past instead of just coming right out with saying it. You both don't care what you have to do to silence the other person that's talking shit about you or trying to speak up about things that you've done, even if it goes so far as to dox them or threaten them. You're more than willing to talk shit about people who this person is associated with when you claim to be an advocate for the same organization and movement that's supposed to be for protecting that type of person, otherwise known as a woman. Like, basically, you're so hypocritical and self-deluded in your own little white knight fest that you don't seem to understand that you're doing the exact same shit that you think everyone else that you disagree with and have attacked and have tried to fuck over has done. Like, you end up doing, in certain cases, worse than the other person has done. To try to piss them off, to try to get a response, to try to really get them angry at you. And yet you wonder why it is I have such an adverse reaction to you trying to get me in a call. It should be pretty self-evident that I no longer want anything to do with you. I don't know how many more fucking times I need to say it. Like, you sound like the overly attached girlfriend. Sorry, but the relationship that you and I developed on YouTube, buddy, Paulie, it's over, okay? I'm sorry, Paulie, but you're just not the right guy for me, okay, Paulie? Like, I'm pretty sure you'd love to jerk off to my muscular leg, but I'm sorry, Paulie. I refuse, and I cannot emphasize this enough, I refuse to give you any more attention than this, to give you any more fodder, to give you any more shit to honestly shit on, because let's face it, you've already done more than enough, and with far too little a result.